Welcome to the Manchester Culture Bunker, where we talk all things cultural Manchester, except for today. What we're talking about is an American band called the Pixies. Now you're going to say, well, what have they got to do with Manchester? Well, besides being a very important band for Manchester, being managed by a company based in Manchester, having had tour managers from Manchester in the past, I will always associate them with one of the most important events in Manchester's music history. And that was the fact that their album, Doolittle, which was number 8 in the charts at the time, this is back in 1989, was being plugged regionally, that is to all the regional radio stations across Britain and Northern Ireland, by a company in Manchester, Tony Michaelides Promotions. And the woman who was doing most of the promoting, Susan McDermott, actually used all the great contacts and all the fantastic feedback she got from all the specialist evening shows on independent local radio stations and on the BBC to introduce them to a band called the Stone Roses, who they were also plugging. So when the Stone Roses album came out, it was getting played everywhere by the same people who'd been playing the Pixies. Also, on the day that the Stone Roses debut album came out, May the 2nd, 1989, I was doing a show. Well, six days a week I was doing shows on Key 103, and I was having the Pixies coming in to record an acoustic session and an interview for my radio show. And they came in, this was about lunchtime, with their record rep, and they've been round all the record shops in Manchester, like the Virgin Megastore, HMV and all of that, pressing the flesh and saying hello to the managers and making sure that Doolittle was on proper display, number 8 in the album charts. And when they came in, Frank Black said to me, hey, who are this band, the Stone Roses? Because that was the day the Roses album came out. And as they were in the record shops like HMV and Virgin Megastore in Manchester, it was just a parade of kids buying that Stone Roses album. And obviously, if you're in a band and you're into music and suddenly everybody, like an avalanche, a queue of kids are buying this one album that's come out that day, you're going to be curious. And so, they ended up not being one of the first American acts to really know about the Stone Roses. And indeed, Kim Deal, the bass player, had a bit of a mini crush on Ian Brown for a while, but that's a story for another day. Now, the Pixies played in Manchester at the Castlefield Arena 2 weeks ago, and unfortunately, although I was dying to see them, I didn't get to see them that time. Luckily, though, they then did a shortly announced gig just to fill in at the Band on the Wall in Manchester on Tuesday night. Absolutely boiling, but the newly refurbished Band on the Wall, it's always newly refurbished, they spent a fortune on it, is air conditioned, and rather than fill it to its full 500 capacity, I think they kept it to about 450 or 400, and it was just an amazing experience to go in there and see the Pixies. Now, I had seen the Pixies at a small venue back in 1989, the Manchester Boardwalk and Little Peter Street, but the sound was dreadful in the Boardwalk. It was too many concrete everywhere. They had that awful floor that actually sloped downwards from the stage. So you could see less and less. Only the people at the front could see. And then the really, really high ceiling as it went up, on the various levels. So the sound was never very good in the Boardwalk. The sound in the Band on the Wall was immaculate. And the energy of the band, I think they played nearly all of the Doolittle album. 2 hours solid, and the energy levels were just amazing. Obviously, sadly, no Kim Deal there, but the woman that they had in to replace her, and the sadly departed other Kim who replaced Kim Deal, did a fantastic job. And as for Black Francis, it just looks great. It looks and sounds great. And I remember interviewing him years ago and asking him about, the strange lyrics they have and all the rest of it. And he said, man, they don't really mean anything. He said, it's just something that sounds cool when you're drunk. And I'm telling you, I wasn't drunk. I was drinking water. I was driving the other night. I was the designated driver for the night. And I just watched open-mouthed all the way through that gig because it was just sensational, and it sounded cool when you were sober. If man is 5 and the devil is 6, then God is 7. I mean, just amazing. And I hope that they do it again. But the thing is, they are in the Manchester fold. They are actually managed by a guy from Birmingham called Richard Jones. He used to, he's lived in Manchester now for like, God, well, nearly 40 years. So let's call him an adopted Mancunian. And their management office for the world is in Manchester. So the Pixies, an adopted Manchester band, I sneaked in. I even did things that I never did, i.e. filmed them for about 40 or 50 seconds on my phone. If man is 5, the devil is 6, then God is 7. This monkey's gone to heaven.
In the sky, God's in a hole. Now there's a hole in the sky, and the ground's not cold. And if the ground's not cold, everything's gonna burn. Well, I'll take turns. I'll get my